Welcome to our YouTube channel. Let's talk about how the modern conflict in the land now called Israel and Palestine really began, but this time from the perspective of the Palestinians who were already living there. In the late 1800s, life was very difficult for many Jewish people in Europe. They faced widespread discrimination, unfair laws, and sometimes violent attacks. Many felt unsafe, unwelcome, and desperate for a place where they could live freely. Because of this fear and insecurity, a movement called Zionism began. The main goal of Zionism was to create a Jewish state in the land that Jewish people saw as their ancient homeland. But here's the truth that often gets ignored. That land was already home to Arab Palestinians. Muslims and Christians had been living there for centuries. Families worked the land, built villages, towns, and cities, and created rich cultures and traditions. They had schools, markets, religious sites, and communities, a life deeply rooted in that land. This wasn't empty land. This was their home, their identity, and their roots. Politically, the land was under the Ottoman Empire, which controlled many regions in the Middle East. But socially and culturally, it was very clearly Palestinian. So when the Zionist movement encouraged European Jews to migrate to this land, Palestinians began to worry. At first, some thought it might not be a big issue. Some land was bought legally, and some settlers arrived quietly. But slowly, a pattern started to emerge. This was not just migration, it was a political project to establish a new state on top of an existing society. For Palestinians, this felt like a serious threat. Imagine your family has lived in the same place for generations. You know every street, every farm, every neighbor, and then suddenly people arrive saying this land should belong to them. You would feel fear, anger, confusion, resistance. Palestinians didn't hate Jews as people, but they rejected the idea that another group could simply claim their homeland. Because from the Palestinian view, they already lived there. They already had communities. They already had history. They already had identity. So why should they lose it? As Jewish migration increased, Palestinian concern grew stronger. They saw that Zionism had support from powerful European countries. They realized this wasn't just about people moving, it was about changing control of the land entirely. Their land was at risk, their future was at risk, and most importantly, they were never properly consulted. Decisions about their own homeland were being made without their voice. This is where the roots of the modern conflict come from. Palestinians were defending their land, their culture, and their right to exist, while a political movement backed by outside powers aimed to reshape their homeland into something new. From the Palestinian view, this was not two equal sides fighting. It was a native population trying to protect its home from being taken away. And the pain from this process never went away. Because when land is life, losing it isn't just political, it's deeply personal. Understanding this history is important. Palestinians didn't just appear in the story of the land. They were already there, long before the conflict became a global issue. Recognizing their struggle helps us see why the conflict is still so painful today, and why so many Palestinians feel that their rights, homes, and heritage were ignored. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more information to Global Current Affairs.